Once upon a time, there was a big, ugly ogre who was adored by many. He starred in a blockbuster movie and became a famous celebrity. The fans got so attached to the ogre, they follow in his footsteps involving fractured fairy tales and countless memes. On the ogre's movie's 20th birthday, history was made, and a new happily ever after was given to him.
Greetings, fairies and dwarfs. This is Mad Hair Patrick, and welcome to Shrek Month, where all through the month of June, I'm going to look over the 4 main movies of the Shrek franchise. But before we can do that, I'm going to give out a little background history about this interesting character.
Loosely based on the books by William Steig, it was originally going to be hand-drawn and to be produced by Steven Spielberg, but when John H. Williams convinced him to bring the films to DreamWorks, development was made and Jeffrey Katzenberg, the co-founder of DreamWorks Animation, bought the rights to Steig's book. This resulted in the film following the same steps as Toy Story, being computer animated. After it was released, the movie became a critical acclaim, with sequels, specials, a 3D film, and even a Broadway musical. In addition, the film's popularity sparked a unique trend of film companies trying to create their own fairy tale spoof movies. While this trend already occurred in the past, like with Rocky and Bullwinkle's Fractured Fairy Tales, The Princess Bride, and a couple of other Saturday morning cartoon episodes, Shrek was the one that went up and beyond. And in 2020, Shrek made it to the National Film Registry, making it the first DreamWorks Animation and non-Disney animated movie to ever happen.
Welcome to another episode of the Wonder Reviews. It's time to take a look back at this all-star favorite. This is my review of the first Shrek movie.
The film is about an ogre named Shrek, played by Mike Myers, who is a big, horrifying ogre that wants to be left alone. But a bunch of fairy tale creatures arrived and were forced to settle in his swamp by orders of an evil dictator named Lord Farquaad, played by John Lithgow. Shrek decides to confront Farquaad to get his swamp back and gets accompanied by a talking donkey voiced by Eddie Murphy. But they settle this with a deal. If Shrek can rescue Princess Fiona, played by Cameron Diaz, from the dragon's dungeon and bring her back to him, he can get his home back. I guess I should start out by reviewing the animation to see how it holds up. And yeah, it's been over 20 years since its release, but it's still extremely impressive. Look at the details in some of the visuals. You got the character design where they essentially translate some of the original and existing fairy tale characters into 3D. The human characters like Fiona, Robin Hood, or Farquaad may have that uncanny look, but they still blend in nice. While some characters have nice textures, like the dragon's scales, donkey's fur, or Shrek's green skin and fabric on his outfits. Another thing that's outstanding are the character movements, where the cartoony animation gets energetic with the choreography on some selected songs, or gets serious with some of the action scenes when Shrek has to face Farquaad's knights or the dragon. He even presents some nice visual effects like the use of fire, pixie dust, and other magical moments. The backgrounds are also amazing to look at. For most of the movie, it presents some great nature colors, including Shrek's murky swamp, and some of the other locations are unique, like Duloc is a simple, massive kingdom, and the Dragon's Tower is a dangerous place filled with twists and turns.
It's one of those scenarios where the movie did look good back then, but right now, it's much better. And it happens to a lot of every classic movie from the 1990s or early 2000s. Like The Lion King has a much more vibrant visual with every re-release, or The Secret Nim looks grander on a 4K or HD TV screen. But it's not just the animation people remember the most from this movie, they also remember its well-written story.
As for the plot itself, it is a wonderful fairy tale that enjoys making fun of fairy tales. The humor is the best part of the movie, where it pokes fun of every cliche you hear in fantasy stories in a satirical way, like rescuing princesses from danger, finding your true love, or people's reaction on encountering something monstrous as an ogre. It also contains a huge variety of pop culture references and hit songs, which are surprisingly effective. Not only are the jokes funny, but it gives a sense of world building where every familiar fairy tale character exists in the same setting with a sense of reality. But the movie is also a character-driven story where we see the heroes interacting with each other throughout their journey. It gives out some heart where Shrek befriends Donkey and when he forms a relationship with Fiona. When it comes to Shrek as a character, he definitely shows he has layers. He is what everyone says he is, a big horrifying ogre, but there's more to him than just his looks. But since people judge him by his appearance, he decides to play the part so he can be left alone. But once he met Donkey after scaring some of Farquaad's guards, They slowly grow a friendship where Donkey doesn't see Shrek as a bad person. There is also Fiona, the princess that Shrek had to rescue and eventually falls in love with her. Her character is that she wants to earn her true love's kiss by following usual night rescuing princess routines. However, there's actually a lot more to her than just being a damsel in distress. The rest of the fairy tale characters do have some small scenes, but they're still memorable thanks to their personalities and performances, like the Three Pigs, the Big Bad Wolf, Pinocchio, Robin Hood, the Dragon, the Three Blind Mice, the Gingerbread Man, Thelonious, and the Magic Mirror. And then there's the villain of the film, Lord Farquaad. He is a love-to-hate kind of villain, where he wants to remove every fairy tale creature from society so he can have the perfect kingdom and wants to marry Fiona in order to be king.
There was actually a funny explanation on why he's doing this, but that only occurred in the musical version. But thanks to the performances, it makes the characters unforgettable, and it also makes the movie in general unforgettable.
Shrek is what everyone says it is. It's a phenomenal masterpiece in the movie industry. The jokes are funny and ahead of its time, the story is fresh and engaging, and the characters are still memorable and lovable. I know everyone has seen this movie, but if you haven't, be sure to check it out. If you've already seen it, it's still worth watching it anytime you like. But either way, this is only the beginning. The first Shrek movie gets an A+, and it easily gets the Diploma of Destiny.
I'm Mad Hair Patrick. Now if you'll excuse me, Shrek Month has just begun, and let's just say, you will believe in the power of two.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me for a new review and other project every week. I'll see you soon.